At the weekly meeting at the city hall, many residents were absent for no apparent reason. Laura was one of those present, but she came with a battered face. Bob asked her about the reason behind her battered face, but Laura, who was still annoyed about last night's defeat, instead interpreted Bob's question as a challenge. After the meeting was finished, Bob called an officer named Chandler and asked him to find out what was going on in the city. After several days of watching the neighborhood, Chandler found that there was a supermarket whose parking lot was always full every night. He monitored the condition of the supermarket and saw a suspicious visitor whom he then followed to the back of the supermarket. He didn't immediately confront him and came back the next morning. The next morning in the forest, he met Frank, who was seen putting something in his pocket. Chandler was suspicious and asked, but Frank swiftly took his cell phone and accused Chandler of entering his property without permission. Apart from almost being caught by the police, they also faced a problem, namely that a cheater. Frank found him via CCTV, and he intended to confront the player to stop cheating. At first, they only reminded him through words, but because they looked amateur at handling the problem, the person just laughed them off. He felt brave because he was Tommy's subordinate, a cruel loan shark in town. Scott took an axe to scare him, and that was when the mistake happened. He accidentally chopped off the man's finger. The next day, Scott was haunted by feelings of guilt because he had cut someone's finger. He kept hallucinating seeing a finger or seeing someone cutting off their finger.